Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing two super easy pressure cooker recipes with you. They are super simple and super yummy. Today's video is also a collab with Valerie from DandVsfamily. She is such a sweet mama. She's a mom of two, and she just announced that she's pregnant with her third. So I'm going to leave her link down below. Make sure you go check out what she's cooking. And if you're new here, hi, I am Emily, and welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave, and everybody give this video a thumbs up, and let's get into the food. So the first thing you need is a ham, and I picked up this brown sugar ham at Walmart. It comes with a little glaze packet, but I'm not going to be using that. The next thing you need is a can of pineapple juice. I went ahead and picked up pineapple slices, and I'm just going to use the juice in there and then add a few slices to the top of the ham. Next thing you need is maple syrup. I'm using 100% pure maple syrup. That would be the best option. And then the next thing you need is light brown sugar. We made this ham for Thanksgiving, and you guys, it turned out so good. You have to try this recipe if you're going to make a ham. Like if you're going to do this for Christmas, this would be perfect, a perfect Christmas ham. So you're going to put the ham in the pressure cooker, and then you're going to do it calls for a cup of brown sugar. I did about 3/4 cup, and then I just rubbed it all over the ham. Rubbed it into some of the slices of the ham, and it turned out really good. And then it calls for a 1/2 cup of maple syrup, and I just poured that over the top of the ham. And the recipe calls for a cup of pineapple juice. Now I just went ahead and used the juice, all the juice that was in my pineapple can. It turned out to be a little more than a cup, so that works too. And then I just went ahead and poured that over the ham. And then, like I said, I just put a couple slices on top of the ham. Now, if you like pineapple with your ham, then you could do like chunks and just pour the whole can in there. My husband does not like pineapple with his meats, so I just went ahead and put the rings on top so they could cook that way, and then I took them off when it was done. Okay, for the pressure cooker settings, I just went ahead and pressed the meat setting, and then I adjusted the cook time down to 8 minutes. The recipe I'm using called for, I believe, 10 minutes, but my ham was on the smaller side and I didn't want it to dry out, so I put it for 8 minutes. Since hams are already cooked, you're really just warming them up, so it turned out perfect at 8 minutes. And I believe our ham was 3 pounds. Then I just go ahead and put the lid on and press start. And here's what it looks like when it's all done cooking. It turned out really good, and the ham was like just falling apart. It turned out really soft. It didn't taste too pineapple-y. I think the flavor was just perfect between the pineapple and the brown sugar and the maple syrup. It turned out so good, you guys. I would definitely recommend this recipe. For this next recipe, we're going to be making a pot roast. So you need a chuck pot roast, a package of onion soup mix, beef bone broth, carrots, and potatoes. And this one I used russet, but you could really use any potatoes you like. First thing I want to say is my meat was still frozen. So I put mine in there to saute it for a little bit because this was a very thick cut of meat and it did not defrost all the way. So I put it on saute for a little bit while I cut up all the other vegetables and got everything else ready. And I like to do that sometimes too, to give the meat a little more flavor before cooking it in the pressure cooker with everything else. So you could do that, but if your meat's not frozen, then I would just throw it in and then throw everything else in and cook it like I'm going to show you. So I'm just cutting up all the potatoes into big thick chunks, and I'm going to throw them in there in the pot. Next, I'm going to throw in the carrots on top of the potatoes. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle the onion soup mix on top of the carrots. And then I believe I poured in about 3 cups of the bone broth. I put the lid on just like that, and then I hit the meat setting, put it on manual, and turned it down to 20 minutes. Now, because I told you my meat was frozen, I did end up having to cook it an extra 10 minutes. So I could have left it at that 30-minute mark and it would have been perfect. But cooking it at 20 minutes, I had to put it back in for 10. So if your meat is frozen, I would suggest leaving it on the 30-minute mark instead of reducing it to 20. If your meat is not frozen, then I would cook it at 20 minutes. And it came out so good. So good. The potatoes had great flavor. The meat had great flavor. It came out really good. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is free, and I'm sharing all kinds of recipes all the time and everything about mom life. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.